My honorable speaker and my dear audience, I thank you sincerely for giving me a chance to present my speech in front of you. My name is Tahir Ryan, and today's topic is smoking should be banned to build a happy and a prosperous country. So I'm in the opposition of this topic, and I'd like to start with the question I asked to everyone: is that what is a drug? First, drug is a substance that can be consumed in any form by humans and that is illegal or harmful or unjust to the body. In that sense, cigarettes or cigars or vapes or any kind of thing that you can name that can be considered in the category of smoking is all a drug. And now I'd like to say something. In 2008, banks crashed. Do you know why? Because in 2008, banks really reduced their interest in mortgage, and many people who could not afford it uh, got mortgage for their house, and they could not pay because they took way more than they could pay, and so banks crashed, and banks could not run. This is called a liquidity crisis, and because this happened in the U.S. and U.S. is one of the most economically large countries, and U.S. is the most holder of banks that give loans to other banks, and this caused a worldwide crash. Banks could not run, and this got even worse. Do you know how? Because investors withdrew not 196 million but 196 billion dollars from their money market accounts, and this way the banks would crash and the whole world would crash, but it was saved. How? Because it's still running, the economy is still okay. How was that? Because drug money was the only thing that saved the banks. And in this way, we are still running. The drug money has saved us many times, economically, many times. Not only this scenario that helped the whole wide world still run today, okay, but it helped many times in the past, and it will help us many times in the future. There's also, and what I'm saying is not just a theory or I'm just making this up. This was in a UN's crime and drug department's report. And so you can see that the drug money, and the drug money saved us many times in our financial states, in our educational state, many times. The money was the only thing that helped us. And also, I should make you understand that I'm not just saying drug because it is the smoking is part of the drug category. Smoking is one kind of drug. Cigarettes, cigars, vape, everything is a drug because it does not only unjust our body and makes us unhealthy, but also it is illegal in some states and some countries. So that is the first thing. And then the first speaker said that first speaker told us many reasons for why it uh, like uh, uh, like it does not help our health. It makes us very sick. It makes us have many diseases. It makes us die. Yeah, those are all true. But the question here is not stopping it. The question here is banning it. What is banning? What is banning? Banning is just something that is banning is made by legal. If you ban something, let's for the sake of this argument, let's say the TV was banned. This does not mean that people would not buy TVs. They still buy TV, but it would just make it illegal. It would just make it a crime. It does not stop anything, you know. So that is one thing. Banning something would not help people get over the addiction over smoking. The people who use cigarettes to help their minds calm down, they would still use it because they cannot live without it now. And banning it would just make us even more economically defeated because people would buy drugs and the money would not flow around to help us financially when we are in loss. So that is the thing. So banning does not banning does not stop anything. It just makes it illegal. So she said that banning smoking would help us be okay. That is what she said, and I quote, that is what she said. So it will not make it okay. It would rather make it worse because many people will become criminal just because they could not help themselves to be calm, to be attentive. And also, many people who are so-called geniuses use any kind of smoking to help their mind calm down, to help them think. Let me give you some names. Jiro Horishika, and Einstein, Albert Camus, Franz Kafka. There were many people that used cigars because it helped us get away from reality for a while. It helped them think very calmly and very intuitively. So yeah, cigars, cigarette, vapes, many things. These are used to calm us down and it helps us think. Yeah, it's true that it causes our health to be somewhat bad, but this does not mean that using cigarettes is always in every single case make us unhealthy. Because if you use a cigarette or a cigar or a vape or a hookah or anything that goes in the category of smoking, would not make us unhealthy every single time if we use it on a not super regular basis, or if we do not fully abuse it on our body. And even if we do, the chance of having any kind of major diseases like cancer that you mentioned would really be somewhat unlucky for you, because having cancer just from smoking, not regularly but just moderately, is about 4 in 1, and which is very low because not every single person on earth smokes, you know. So there's also one more thing. She said smoking is really a bad thing for our earth because it pollutes us. But here's my question: would you prefer pollution over an economically great country? I assume this is a personal question, right? But would you rather live in a polluted country with a great economy, or would you live in an economy that is fully destroyed with a reduction in pollution? I would prefer, in my very common taste, I think that everybody would agree to it, is that we would rather live in an economically great country with a somewhat bad pollution. Because you know what, in 2008 UN also stated that if this bank crash continued to go worse, then even normal day-to-day projects of businesses would become very hard. For businesses and consumers to get credit would become very hard. And heck, shipping, having food deliveries, the things we normally do because when you're busy, would be impossible because the economy would fully crash. So smoking, drug money, these things helped us be economically safe many times. And so would you live in a country where you can have a great roof over your head, maybe have food in your mouth and deliver it to your door, or good transportation? Would you have all that just to have a little bit bad of a pollution? I'd suppose not, because that would be really bad. And heck, pollution, we can wear a mask, we can have a home purifier. There are many solutions. You know, you're not told to go around and have pollution in your body. You can just do many things to help us. And pollution can be saved, because it's not smoking that is the lion's side of the pollutes our country. It is many smokes from cars and pollution that we throw plastic away. These things are also contributors. So just banning smoking would not do anything. And once again, I repeat, banning does not stop anything. It just makes it illegal. And this is why I think banning cigarettes or banning smoking does not do us any help. It may cause some kind of health issues, but our health industry is always increasing, and it also helps us economically, and it does many great things to us. And even if it does cause a little bit of health issues, it at the end of the day, it just depends on us if we should smoke or not. And if we leave, and we should leave that to the people, because if we ban smoking, many cigarettes, cigars, vape, and many other companies that make smoking products would obviously get away from that country. And so that would make that country's economy very bad, because cigarettes and cigars and vape, these things are very regularly bought, and these very hugely contribute to our economy. And if these companies were to go, the cash flow will also go away. This would also be very bad for any country, even saying USA or any economically great country. It would make it very bad. So yeah, I think that banning smoking does not help us, because it may cause somewhat health issues, but it helps us very great in our economical state. And we have many health industries that is always increasing to help us with our things. And at the end of the day, it was just our decision to do it or not. And if it helps you, you can do it. If you don't, and at the end of the day, there's always, you know, there are many things that you can do to keep yourself away from smoking. So if we ban smoking, our country would crash. If we have a economical problem, we could not just save ourselves. So yeah, I'd like to ask that for the supporting side of this subject, and thank you for listening to me.